Nandi is a part of Hindu religion. It is the vehicle for Lord Shiva. Lord Shiva will travel through Nandi only. So Nandi is sitting outside of Lord Shiva's house. That is temple. There is a very big importance of Nandi, and that's how humped cow, and it's a male bull. So in Indian mythology, there is a great respect to the indigenous humped cow as well as to the bull.
India is the largest milk producer in the world, producing 146 million tons a year. Small and medium-sized family farmers produce 80% of this milk. In Baramati Pune district, in Maharashtra, we witness how the Indian government, knowledge institutes and other actors cooperate with dairy farmers to develop innovations for higher production and quality, both with crossbreed cows and indigenous breeds.
We have 125 cows here. These are all indigenous breed, Gir cow. We brought from Gujarat. Main purpose is for milking. When we produce ghee, for 1 liter ghee, we required 28 liter milk.
What my father does is absolutely, great for us, for our family. He almost look after every activity happening here in the farm. He looks after how the milking is done. Is it done in a proper way? Are the laborers okay with everything? Are they, in a healthy atmosphere with a cleaner area around? But what my mom does is far more better than he does. She looks after everything that needs to be produced and needs to be sold out in the outlet. She looks after how the ghee is made. Is it proper? Is it proper? Is it smelling good? Is it healthier? Is it made in a good way? She looks after how curd is made, how it should be made, how much time it should be stored, and everything that matters, in the marketing way.
फार्ममध्ये माझ्या 27 जनावरं आहेत. त्यातील 14 दुधाची आहेत, 13 कालवडी आहेत. त्यापैकी 6 कालवडी म्हणजे काय आपण म्हणतो तो सिमेंट्स भरलेले त्यांना म्हणजे मोठ्या आहेत आणि राहिलेल्या 7 ह्या लहान कालवडी आहेत आणि त्यांना खाद्य कडवळ, मका आणि चवळी ह्याचे मिक्स देतो आहे आणि मिनरल मिक्सचर दररोज प्रति गाय 50 ग्रॅम देतो आहे. आणि हॉस्टेलमध्ये जसं संशोधन झालं आहे की जास्त दूध देणाऱ्या गाय तशा देशी ज्या गाय आहेत खिलार किंवा गीर तर त्यात काही संशोधन झालेलं नाही आणि त्या दुधाची क्वालिटी त्याची चांगली पण दुधाचं प्रमाण कमी आहे त्यामुळं मार्केटला दूध विक्रीला ते काही परवडत नाही.
Dutch companies have knowledge and a wide array of products and services for the dairy sector which could be of interest for India. The Dutch-funded RAAK Family Dairy Tech Project in the Living Lab Dairy Baramati explored the entry of Dutch companies in the Indian market of family dairy. The project aimed to improve milk production, increase milk quality, to improve animal housing systems, and enhance the dairy value chain. The project's aim was to contribute to sustainable and profitable local dairy farming.
About 3 to 4 years ago, me and my colleague Professor Nilesh visited Van Arstan University in Netherlands, and we saw different facilities. Also, we visited different farms, dairy farms there. We had also interview with these farmers, and we found that the farmers in Netherlands, they are well ahead of the Indian farmers, and we realized that we should also work on this to improve our production as well as quality of milk of Indian dairy cattle.
For me, the project started with a key-cup meeting in Netherlands itself, The reason is then we had Dr. Boite from KVK Baramati to tell about what are the problems they think they have, because then he has presented from their perspective, and it was the first time all the consortia members, including the Dutch dairy companies and VHL section came together. So then it started getting for us more and more visible that what and how we can contribute. But it was till March 2016, we call it the fact-finding mission, where I was part of, together with some of the Dutch partners and VHL. Then we realized the ground reality versus expectation. And we said, no, we really have to start from scratch.
We were invited by VHL. VHL is working on the RAAK project, and they are looking for companies, for Dutch companies who can be involved in the project itself. RAAK was also looking for different partners who can play an important role to have that concept joined together. So and therefore they came to GAIA, because GAIA is then the supplier for farm equipment and for milking equipment.
Dutch companies, they don't, they were not they didn't have any scenario of Indian market. So that was a critical situation earlier, that Dutch companies are bothering to come into India. Few companies, they are very small, and so they are thinking how to come into Indian market. They are thinking it's a strange market.
To implement goods or to develop products also for a local market, like for example in India, it's good to know and to learn about the circumstances in the country. That helps us also with the development of products, and it helps us as well with giving the good advice in relation to milking equipment or handling the cows. You cannot say, okay, I have my experience here for Europe, or the Dutch experience, or the experience you built up in Europe, in Western Europe, Eastern Europe. You cannot copy that one-to-one to the Indian market. You need to know about the market, the climate, but also the infrastructure of the farmers. That is very important to know. Also the relations between people. That is a thing you don't see it from outside, but a very important topic to calculate with.
In a fact-finding mission, what we have done is every day we have visited at least 2 farms. We also had a series of meetings with the stakeholders from KVK ADT. KVK is Krishi Vigyan Kendra, is sort of also agriculture support trust, and there are several in India, and the KVK in Baramati is one of the best one. That's what I understood. And they also have an agriculture development trust where they offer education in animal husbandry. And we had several series of meetings with the scientists, researchers, management, and the farmers, representative farmers, and then also the former Agriculture Minister of India, Mr. Sharad Pawar, was also there. In my back of my mind, what was going on all the time is we have to understand the problem from them, and we have to also find probably solution locally, because the local problems might have a local solution, but we need to look at from a neutral perspective. So in that sense, I was in an advantageous position, not coming from a dairy background, because I was pretty neutral.
सुरुवातीला एकदम प्राथमिक अवस्थेत माझा व्यवसाय चालू होता, दुग्ध व्यवसाय, की बऱ्याच त्या टेक्निकली गोष्टी काही माहीत नव्हत्या, की ब्रीडिंग कसं घ्यायचं किंवा गाई चांगल्या दुधाळू गाई कशा जास्तीत जास्त ह्या विषयी काही टेक्निकली काही माहिती नव्हती. राक प्रोजेक्टमध्ये आल्यानंतर बरंच मार्गदर्शन झालं. त्यानुसार अजूनही तसं प्राथमिक अवस्थेतच आहे, पण बऱ्यापैकी सुधारणा करत चाललेलो आहोत.
the project was designed in a way that we have to create a win-win situation for all the stakeholders. So the project was funded by RAAK here in Netherlands with a RAAK MKB as an instrument. That means the aim is to find participating Dutch companies a new market. Yeah? So their interest is to sell a lot of products in India and to establish themselves. But when you look from the Indian perspective, these farmers are looking for solutions.
As the companies and universities from Netherlands, now they have certain realization of technologies, and what it suggested in the RAAK project that some kind of prototypes to be developed and should be demonstrated and tested in the field with the farms. And also there is immense need of training of the farmers, especially for feed management, then breeding management, data recording and economics, because this is a critical issue. The important issue right now the companies, Dutch companies and universities realize are there is no data recorded, and to introduce any kind of technology, basic data should be there.
At the early days of the RAAK project, the primary things to collection of the data from the particular farmers. For the RAAK Dairy Tech project, we selected 11 dairy farm, and the farm related to the small scale dairy farmers. So for the selection is basis on the how will be the quantity of the cows in the farms. But very early days in the RAAK project, I think the ladies from the Dutch, the student, that is the Milo Florinar, came here for the taking a survey of these included dairy farmers.
ते डॉक्टर भोयटे यांच्या संपर्कात आल्यानंतर त्यांनी आमच्याकडे की राक तुमच्याकडचे विद्यार्थी आमच्याकडे दुधाचे टेस्टिंग, दुधाचं वेईंग, दुधाचं प्रोसेस याच्याबद्दल माहिती सांगायला राकचे मुलं यायचे आमच्याकडे. ते इथं आमच्याबरोबर संवाद साधायचे. त्यामुळं त्यांच्याशी आम्ही संपर्कात आलो राक बरोबर.
After the taking survey of that particular 11 farms, we are by using our student 2+ 2 students, we developed some sheets for the small scale dairy farmers. So we prepare sheets in their own language, not only using the English language.
Many farmers are not involved in record keeping because most of them are not actually educated, well educated, so they don't know the importance of record keeping. Record keeping actually helps you so that you can know which cow in your farm is giving how much milk, which cow is useful for you, which cow is just drawing out money by you, because if a cow is giving very less milk and still you are giving it the more feed, it's increasing your production cost. So these all things are not considered by the farmers. They just look after the cows randomly. Actually, in first we also didn't keep any records. We had very few records, but after the RAAK project we understood the importance of keeping records and all. So after that we started keeping records of the date of birth, and then how much time the cow is lactating, and how much is the milk of per lactation of cow. So it helped us to know how much cow is beneficial for us and how much milk it will give and how much feed are we giving. So it will randomly help us in knowing our profit.
Studenten, zowel van Saxion als van VHL, van Hallarenstein, zijn hier op de bedrijven geweest voor stage en thesisonderzoek. Dus het is op zich ook een hele mooie ervaring voor onze studenten om internationale ervaring te krijgen. Voor de Indiase studenten om ook samen te werken met de Nederlandse bedrijven. Zoals GEA, Uniform Agri, CRV en nog een aantal bedrijven die ook hier bij het project betrokken waren.
In the RAAK Family Dairy Tech project, Dutch-Indian knowledge exchange also took place through training in the Netherlands. For example, a staff member from Baramati KVK attended a cow signaling training in Bergharen in the Netherlands. In the training, he learned how to observe cows and to link dairy management to animal welfare.
I have completed my training program in Netherlands, the cow signal training program, and that we are using it at our farm so that we can evaluate the cows for the body condition score and also for the heat trace, and then also the dirty or the cleanliness of the barn. We can see some signals from the cow signal. Before that, we don't know that how to identify the cow signals, and then we completed the program through the RAAK project, and then we started evaluating the farm and also evaluating the cows. Depending on our knowledge and our evaluation and our experience with cow signal training program and at our farm, we are also giving the training to the farmers. So we are showing them, because it is totally new to the Indian farmers, because this way is not utilized, even though it is in the book, but practically it is not utilized on the farms. So now we are going to train the farmers which are linked with the KVKs. We are going on their farm and we are evaluating their farms and we are advising to them.
In the Baramati dairy sector, the majority of the milk is channeled through the formal dairy value chain. An important function in the dairy chain is the role of milk collection.
We are collecting this whole milk in 2 steps. One is at village level. Village level, there are village level collection centers, which is called in short VLCC, where one person from that village will collect the milk from the small farmers, 5 liter, 2 liter, 10 liter, and he will pour it into simple cans. The second stage is bulk milk cooler, where 3000 to 5000 liters milk is collected at a time and will be chilled there only with the bulk milk cooling tanks, and from there it will be brought to our processing unit at Sarawak. We are having more than 200 to 300 farmers who are pouring milk to us, and we have some rigid instructions from our management that we should pay the farmers immediately after taking his milk on the 10th day from the after completion of 10 days cycle. If farmer is not getting right price, definitely he will start doing adulteration like water addition, like urea addition, like starch addition, like sugar addition, to increase the quality by adulteration, because he is not getting right price. And the procurement company also knows that they are not giving right price, so they will accept that kind of milk also, which is disturbing whole chain. So we are educating farmer for clean milk production and asking them to bring the clean milk. But after that also we are facing certain problems in getting adulterated milk. When farmer is coming for giving milk to us, he will see on the display what quality of milk he has poured and what is the weight. Even the bulk milk cooler people cannot cheat them, because weighings are directly connected with the machine, and machine is directly sending through DPU. There is a data processing unit. So farmer will get 100% correct quality and quantity price. Immediately he will receive one SMS, so that he is now able to understand how much money he has earned today. If he is getting that information on daily basis, definitely he is getting encouraged to invest in his farm. So now farmers are slowly moving towards the modernization also.
In Holland, there are farmers who are selling the milk from the farm and directly to the consumer, but that's a niche market. In India, you see it's more common to have the milk directly sold from the farmer to the end consumer.
The Tawara farm is such a farm which sells directly to consumers. And not only that, the Tawara family sells A2 milk, a milk which has specific health claims.
This report was made by Ravi Patil. He used to come here and almost 8 days he studied about our farm. I am looking in value chain because we have been doing value added things also. We have been producing different kinds of byproducts like ghee. We are making ghee. We are into cottage cheese. We are into buttermilk. So it adds the value to the milk. We first started without a brand. We just were packing the milk in the unbranded bags and we just sold it. We didn't know much about the branding and all, but rather after that we thought that why shouldn't we create our own brand, and why shouldn't we, because we are different than others. We are the A2 producers. Most of the milk producers at our place are A1. We just came with an idea of having two packages because there are some families who cannot afford milk costlier, but they wanted the milk to be healthy, so they can afford a half liter of milk, and for their kids they actually buy A2 milk. This is our bag, and this is our logo. It's Revti Dairy Farms logo. It's a Gir cow over here. At behind we have just printed from where the cows are, what are its benefits, and what are we doing, and what is the process. Our whole process is given here, like organic fodder is given, no pesticides are given, no hormones are injected. Like many people over our place, they inject the Holstein Friesian cows with the injections so that they give more milk, and the cows are not actually happy if they are injected. We have traditional milking process. Like most of time many people they use machineries, but traditional milking is keeping cows also happy. In Hindu religion, the cow is known as mother, and it also is called as God. So we are also doing it religiously also.
As sustainability is an important aspect in the project, the environmental impact of climate change is an issue of concern, as droughts and heats will have a severe impact on the farming system.
In my childhood, there was good rainfall, good agriculture, good climatic condition. But day by day, because when we consider this year in Maharashtra at the moment, there was a temperature of 47.5 degrees Celsius. So that gives that the climate change is going on and global warming effect is realizing. So in this situation, the crossbreed cows, we realize that they are not thriving well because they need good nutrition as well as good housing. So when we consider the Dutch cow like Holstein Friesian, so ample or optimum temperature could be 25 degrees Celsius. That is a good one. But here average temperature is about 30, 32. So ultimately that cow would not be able to survive in this climate, or if it survives, it will not give good production. And for getting good production, we have to provide her a comfortable climate. And that comfortable climate is nothing but housing and flooring. So in RAAK project for phase first, it was decided to work on heat stress.
In my first workshop when I had it in my fact-finding mission, they hardly was ready to talk about a barn as an issue. So in fact, I struggled a bit in my early part, because that was the work package where we are supposed to work on, and that's where we were finding it even difficult to establish that it even could stand as a work package, because there was less and less people interested, because when we also asked them to prioritize things, the heat stress came pretty low on their agenda.
When it's too hot for the animal, then the production is going down. It has influence on the fertility of the cow. It has influence on the health of the cow. So our experience, we as a Dutch person from a milder, cold climate, we go into India, and first experience is the heat of the temperature. But we saw as well cows struggling with the heat. And you ask the farmer, do the cows have heat stress? And the farmer is saying, no, they don't have heat stress, because that's again, how the farmer feels. If the farmer can cope with the heat, then he personally does not have trouble with the heat, so his cows should be okay as well. That was one part, and we discussed that a lot with the farmers, and it was also an eye opener for the people over there, that climate is an important topic. The principle of frugal innovation is that you try to come with a solution with minimum or a basic solution which can be produced locally. And one of the solutions when then we came out, if you're talking about barn climate, reducing heat stress, now then you can work as with reducing the heat with roofing system. Now that is a solution which came out in cooperation with Saxion. They developed a type of roofing with natural and local materials. So that is typically then a frugal solution.
This barn is a loose house system. This is a central pathway. On this side is a feeding table. This side is a milk parlor. Okay. And this roof is made up from GI seeds. Okay. On the upper side, there we have kept some ventilation gap. So 60 centimeter ventilation gap for proper ventilation. So there is no any wall we have built up. Most of the farmers, they are building the walls from all sides, and there is a more heat stress. Okay. So for the proper ventilation, we have kept the all barn free from all sides. So we have to increase the height of the roof also. So to reduce the heat stress. So that we have understand from our student, they have measured the temperature under the roof and at the 8 farms, and they found that the temperature is more under the roof. So because of that roofing material. So the roofing material is more the radiation of the heat from the upper side to the lower side. So we have to more think on the material of the roof. Previously there is no any fans. In the RAAK project we installed 2 fans in the one barn, and also we installed the foggers to reduce the temperature to make cow more comfort.
India is developing into an important Dutch trade partner as the demand for knowledge and technology to improve efficiency and quality throughout the entire chain continues to grow. However, cultures influence cooperation. The wider context is complex, and the investment capacity of small and medium-sized farmers is often not optimal. Yet, as challenges are recognized, the integrated approach and shared values of sustainable and frugal innovations also blend in a continuous focus on learning, reflection, and knowledge exchange between all partners.
Usually what happens, and our experience is that farmers are not predicting the dangerous situation which will come in future, and if in such a way their business comes into threatening position. For example, when there is a severe drought, farms don't have any surplus supply of fodder. So there could be necessary thing that we should develop a fodder storage systems. Just like in Netherlands, most of the fodder is preserved as a silage.
I have discussed so many things with the RAAK people. Ben Reckenberg also has helped me a lot by connecting so many of other companies. But all imported machines are more than 300 kgs bales, whereas my farmer cannot lift that 300 kg. They don't have the forklifts. So we need a machine of 50 kg to 70 kg bale. The same thing what I am repeatedly telling, RAAK whole concept is very good because it will definitely upgrade a small farmer. Since inception of exotic breeding here and crossbreeding here, everything was seen from the perspective of a developed farmer or big farmer. RAAK project talks about the dairy farming, family dairy farming, where 5 cow farmer also can be a participant in this and will get benefited. That is the most important thing. That is most important for India, because whatever milk is getting collected in India, more than 95% is coming from the backyard farming or small farming.
You must be able on your product side to work on a product which is suitable for that smaller family farm. There were companies, they have products in their portfolio, but it's quite high tech, and we have also high-tech equipment, but not suitable for that market. So you need to see, do you have also other products in your portfolio which is suitable for the smaller family farm?
I think you should look into the eyes of people and see if they have a spark. We need to find the new young entrepreneurs who are well educated, probably some of the alumni from the VHL who would like to start a cooperative where a group of youngsters or people with a pot of money could come together, believing in technology, ready to invest, and could see the future there. Because everything is clear. India is growing. A lot of millions of new middle class is joining. India need double the milk production in next 5 to 10 years. So there is a demand, a quality milk demand. And if you can produce in a real nice way, also good for animal, and you can make money out of it, then why not?
Now we are having two of our friends with whom we are working, and we are trying to start a company in which we are going to increase production in 3 of us. Almost everyone will produce 200 liters of milk, which will be 600 liters. So that would increase our sale also, and would decrease our the costing on the milks also, manufacturing cost also.
We usually tell that developed countries have good technology, good system. But we are not thinking how to adapt this technology in Indian situation. So this kind of idea should be shared with different countries. So they do have their own experiences and challenges, and they can apply these experiences into innovation of technologies as well as ideas or systems. So I think involving this multicultural background or different countries would be beneficial, and I think it's very important for development of local scenario.